What's up, everybody? How you doing today? My name is Jason the Ape. Welcome to the Boring Show. Today we have an insanely special guest. You know, those moments in life when you get asked, like, if you could ever chat with someone, who would it be? And for me, it's always been Pablo Picasso. Welcome to the show, sir.
Mucho gusto.
Hola, senor. I see that we've traveled quite a way, and you're here all the way here on the Boring Show. And dude, I just gotta say thank you for taking some time because you brought your security team with you, your cheetah dog with the rocket heads, and I'm very impressed because I have Barksy on stage. I don't know if I told you about Barksy. He's my security dog. He was impressed by Picasso, so he put on his Barksy hat. But he's assessed the situation. Your cheetah dog's good for everyone. Those rockets aren't gonna fire at us, right?
No, and forgive me, I'm going to speak in English because I'm channeling through the artist Tom Sachs, but I am Pablo Picasso,
For sure, for
and
sure. Like
and I wouldn't
reincarnated?
even say that. Sorry,
Reincarnated?
no, I'm Picasso Ape. I am alive and well. I'm painting in the jungle.
Beautiful.
Um, I wouldn't even say that I am a Picasso Ape. I am the Picasso Ape. There are many great apes among us,
Sure.
but there was only one Pablo Picasso.
Dude, I don't disagree with that.
So my dog's name is Lump. Um, she eats my paintings, and she has a rocket launcher on her head.
Nice, nice.
And so pay attention because I've launched a lot of rockets in my life, and
Wait,
I
so
intend to launch more.
did you paint her?
Uh, no, she just was. She came to me. I
Oh,
mean
okay.
that you know everything you can imagine is real, and she just came to me. I claimed her, but she's mine, and I think that she also, I'm not sure, she might be kind of a cat or something, or a thylacine, because she's got spots.
Yeah, she's definitely caught Dan Brown's eyes. So, hey Dan Brown, calm down. Calm down. Well, I appreciate you coming. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself cuz many people don't know the history of Picasso. So, you want to fill us in on where you come from, sir?
Yeah, so I was born at the end of the 19th century in northern Spain, and I really didn't have a lot of money, and I eventually, I studied hard in school, um, as an artist, not in school, but I just worked hard. It took me, 4 years to paint like Raphael because I'm a
Wow.
genius, but it took me the rest of my life to paint like a child, and
Isn't that wild?
that's yeah. I mean, it's we're all born children, but the trick is remaining one, and that's sort of my special genius is working towards that, always and forever.
Honestly, I gotta say, and I've told everyone here before, Jason the Ape is a lover of joints and a student of art and a fan of talking to every single boring person I can come across. And when I got the chance to ask you, Pablo, on stage, I jumped at it because I myself have spent many days of my life traveling around, and Guernica is one of my favorite paintings. I might have pronounced it wrong, but I've seen it a handful of times. And I can tell you that everyone else stands far back. Every time I've seen it, I put my face as close as I can be to imagine that I was taking the paint strokes that you did. So, why did you decide to paint such childlike images in a political motivated art piece?
Well, as you know, I'm a pacifist. I don't believe in war. Um, the world today doesn't make any sense. So why should I paint pictures that do?
Yeah, that's fair. Honestly, I don't want to get too political with this, so we're going to jump to something else. Like, I always got to ask well, I'm not going to ask that out of respect, but
Oh, you can.
all right, so what are you smoking,
Ape
sir?
to ape. Sorry.
What are you smoking, sir? Because we smoke California swamp weed per show. I was minted with a joint in my mouth, so I have to ask: is that a cigarillo? Is that a joint? I'm not. I ask everybody.
I'm a youthful Picasso, and I don't have a lot of money, so I'm rolling a handmade uh, a Gilroy cigarette
Oh,
from
nice,
Paris.
nice, nice.
So
Yeah,
that's tobacco, but I believe that drugs are important. They're a window to what we can achieve through work.
Yeah, it definitely unlocks your brain for certain moments in life. And I can tell you, as an art student myself, I went to San Francisco University, one of those colleges. I'm not going to say the exact school, but there was a time and a place where we would enjoy some kind of fun drugs and go to painting class, and I felt like they were always way cooler.
Oh, I love San Francisco.
Yeah, dude, it was a cool experience. I went to school there. I love the vibe. So
So,
I have a pivotal question I've been thinking about all day
mm,
because I have lucid dreams most every night. Do you dream?
yes, I do every night. And my one of the strategies that I take is I first thing in the morning before I look at my phone or my computer or whatever, or listen to music, I always do output before input, where I write or touch clay, or these days I've been drawing because I'm an artist. So I take pencil to paper, and this is how I connect with my subconscious, because the subconscious is the place where the things that don't make sense normally make sense. And I learned this from my friend Salvador Dali. And we would take a siesta and hold our keys in our hand in a chair. And just as we'd fall asleep, the keys would fall out of our hands to the ground and make a clattering noise and wake us up. In
Yeah.
that moment, we would take up a pen and write down our thoughts. And this is one way that we're able to connect to our subconscious. And this is one of the main strategies that we used when we invented surrealism. But we all have access to this. Like I'm particularly, I'm Pablo Picasso, so no one ever called me an asshole. Um, but you and Tom and everyone else is listening has access to these. If he who can, he can who thinks he can, and
Yeah.
he can't who thinks he can't.
Oh yeah,
It's
absolutely.
inexorable and indisputable. You must believe.
Absolutely. I love that quote that you said earlier. Everything you can imagine is real. And that's truly one of my favorite thoughts that you've ever expressed into the universe. Because as we imagine silly things like the boring show coming into reality and having such amazing guests like yourself, Pablo, come on, we get to have weird conversations. I've had two musicians come on. Now I have an amazing artist on here. And, who knows who else will be on the show at some point. And honestly, as this show grows, we're going to continue to have different apes on and ask different questions about different NFT projects. So, what made you interested in this NFT project, Pablo?
And I'm just really. I mean, this is a new community. I'm kind of new to the crypto world,
For
and
sure.
I was interested in crypto space because I use the computer all the time. Like
Yeah, it's
Ghost
hard
now
not to
uses,
these days.
right, and I didn't connect with what was going on till one ape jumped out and spoke to me.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
once I became 8021,
Yeah.
I I started to appreciate the others a little bit more all of a
Yeah,
sudden,
dude.
because do you know what I mean? Like, started to
Absolutely.
see, that's what's exciting about this whole space. And I'm
Yeah.
pretty selective. Like I or Tom is anyway. I think that he really liked the crypto punks, but it was I couldn't really afford it. So explored apes and found something that he liked even better, because that's how Tom and myself connected.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I know he's really also interested in the bonsais, because although it's not so much like of an avatar and identity, it is something that's really beautiful and captures the code is so nice. I mean, I think we all loved about CryptoPunks was it was the first time that we saw something of so many permutations organized in such a clean, perfect spreadsheet kind of way, and you could search by different attributes. I think Saul LeWitt was a great conceptual artist, a little younger than me, and but he's here joining me
Nice, nice.
In the next dimension. We're together now, and I think if Saul were on Earth working, he'd be in this space. Like there's this piece called Incomplete Open Cubes. You don't need to know a lot about conceptual art, which is something that's even past my time, Picasso's time. But it's art that exists with a lot of rules and boundaries. And there's this piece called Incomplete Open Cubes from 1974. And it's a cube drawn in space with all the different permutations of missing a leg of the cube.
Oh, wow.
And it's a poster. And, it's only got a few hundred permutations. But if you look at CryptoPunks of 20,000 attributes listed, there are probably in the billions if you were to calculate every one.
That's so crazy.
And what's so wonderful about it is you can really only understand a project of that magnitude through a computer. So it's like using this piece of hardware to bring us into another dimension.
Yeah. The power of the internet and the computer changed the world forever. And now every person I've had on the show, I ask the same question. Are you excited to enter the metaverse going forward in life?
I mean, I'm in it. it's the singularity is not near. The singularity is now.
Yeah, man, I trip out on that all the time. Honestly, like I just watched a documentary where they were talking about the singularity being about 40 years away from a point where we can't control it anymore. How do you feel as an artist? Is that going to give you more free time, or are we going to end up working being like a bear in a zoo kind of thing, or an ape in a zoo rather?
Right? We don't want to be apes in zoos. We want to be apes in the jungle, like eating bananas and fucking and making paintings and
as
stuff.
God intended.
Right on. It's real. I think there isn't really a lot of incentive for industry to stop this because it's good for business.
Right. But like as a human being, do we just think like, let's enjoy the rest of like the next 30 years and then, or rather as an ape, we're just like, we'll write it out, see what happens.
I feel like I'm part of resistance. I just got a light phone today.
Ooh, what's that?
Do you know what light phone is? It's kind of like a fancy burner phone.
Oh, nice.
And it's got that same kind of screen that a Kindle has.
That's right.
Paper screen.
Okay.
And it only has text and phone.
Dude, I need something like that.
And you know what else it's got? It's got you can put music in it. And it's got a headphone jack.
What? I know. Sometimes I'm like, if your damn AirPods don't work, then you're looking around your room panicking.
I know.
So I have to ask you, are you doing any variant art of your own ape?
Variant art of my own ape? Oh, well, I mean...
Like, are you having any art pieces made of yourself? I know you have a friend named Tom Sachs who's an awesome artist. Is he working on any derivative variants? Because I've made a bunch of different paintings and cool graphic images. And the beauty of the Bored Ape Club is that we can do that with our apes and help, promote extra content. So I was curious if you had done anything like that. I'm sure your fans would love it.
I haven't yet. I'm going to ask Tom because, I'm speaking through Tom from beyond the understanding of time and space, from another dimension, from death. So I'll ask him. I would say stay tuned.
Yeah, that's a fair answer.
I'm interested. I know Tom's really interested in this space and finding ways to make work in this space that's really authentic expression and continuation of his work.
That's beautiful, man. Well, let's do this. Since I try to keep all these shows around the same time. Do you have any parting words to the audience of just like super awesomeness? Because we all adore you, Pablo Picasso. Let's say Don Picasso or Don Pablo. Honestly, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for bringing your awesome cheetah dog on the show. And I'll leave you with that a moment to give us any parting words.
Well, I would say this. Couple things. And this is to everyone. Only put off until tomorrow what you're willing to die having left undone.
Damn.
And then learn the rules like a pro so you can break them like an artist.
Yep.
So, merci beaucoup.
That's a mic drop.
Conversation.
Yeah, dude.
I hope we can continue sometime. Stay tuned.
Thank you guys for hanging out with us at The Boring Show. Anyone out there, make sure to check out theboringshow.io for all the other episodes out there. Thank you so much, Pablo Picasso, for hanging out today and dropping knowledge like you have. We truly appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a very boring evening.
Later, guys.